Hello MPPNs, how are you? Hope you are fine. We were dealing with chapter number 2. What was that? Microorganisms. And we have studied many topics. We were in the major groups of microbes like bacteria, virus, etc. No? And in this topic, that is major groups of microorganisms, we have studied about bacteria and virus, and now in this video we are going to deal with fungi, algae and protozoa. By these three topics this chapter is becomes complete. Okay, only three topics are remaining in this chapter. Let's move ahead to this, the first topic of this video. What is that? It is fungi. Fungi. Blue-green patch on a rotting orange, greyish-white patch on stale bread, pickles or jams, and greenish patch on damp clothes, old clothes, and moist tree trunks are made of different types of fungi. I think you have undergone with these many situations, right? First one is a rotting orange. You have seen a rotting orange, I think. Then color change in the bread, pickles, a white layer on pickles and jams, then grayish patch on damp clothes, old shoes, etc. Right? They all are fungi. Beautiful mushrooms growing in the monsoon season are also fungi. I think it's a new fact for you. Okay, see here there are some pictures. First one is see, before going to this picture I want to tell you something. Fungi have many shapes. Okay, and now we are going to discuss about the different shapes of fungi. This first one, it's bird's nest fungi. See, this fungi is shaped like bird's nest, so it is named bird's nest fungi. Then second, it is morel. It is morel shaped and it is a fungi, so it's morel fungi. Then see, this is scarlet cup. It's looking just like a scarlet, right? And now this one, it is death cup. I think I have seen this structure before. It is the structure of mushroom and it's a fungi. Now let us see some different forms of fungi. Most fungi are made up of tubular thread like structure. Fungi are both unicellular and multicellular. Fungi consist of two main groups of organisms, yeast and molds. Yeasts are usually unicellular while molds are multicellular, having a filament-like appearance. Then field mushrooms are also a type of mold. Mold is also fungi. So mushrooms, that is also a mold, is also a fungi. Yeast can survive in both aerobic and anaerobic conditions, but molds are aerobic. Yeast range in size from 5 to 10 microns. The size of yeast is 5 to 10 microns and molds from 2 to 10 microns. Some molds such as mushrooms are even many centimeters long. There are some exceptions in the molds which are lengthy in size. Okay. Now let us study about nutrition in fungi. Like plant cells, fungi also possess cell walls, but they cannot perform photosynthesis. Like plant cells, a most important factor of plant cells which separates itself from animal cell is that plant cell is covered or bordered by the cell wall, but animal cell has been bordered by cell membrane. This plant cell have both cell membrane and cell wall. So just like plant cell, fungi also has cell walls. Okay, thus they are heterotrophic. Some fungi are parasites and obtain food from a living organism. Some fungi are saprophytes and obtain food from dead and decaying matter. Right? Who are parasites and who are saprophytes? I think you know. Okay, there is no need to explain about that. Now let us move to the reproduction in fungi. How do fungi reproduce? Under unfavorable conditions, fungi reproduce sexually. Under unfavorable means the situations when it is unfavorable to the fungi, then they reproduce sexually. And under favorable conditions or under favorable situations, fungi reproduce asexually by binary fission, budding, regeneration from fragments, or spore formation. See, they are the different types or forms by which asexual reproduction happens. What do you mean by binary fission? It means one organism is splitted into two. This is mostly seen in amoeba reproduce through binary fission. Okay, then second one is budding. It is mostly taken place in yeast. Then next is regeneration from fragments, or we can say fragmentation. Fragmentation is different and regeneration is different. When there is fragments, an organism is divided into many fragments, and from each fragments many new organisms can develop. This is known as regeneration. And what do you mean by fragmentation? I told you, no. What do you mean by fragmentation? A particular organism divides itself into many other organisms. But regeneration means the fragments gradually develop into new ones. Alright, next, the last one is spore formation. Spore formation I will tell you with the help of a picture. See, I told you the budding in yeast. Budding happens in yeast. First one, see, this is an yeast cell. Gradually a bud develops into that cell. This yeast cell consists nucleus. Then slowly this bud develops, and it also develops a nucleus inside. It develops so much that this nucleus enlarges itself. Okay, gradually by seeing the favorable conditions, it forms two yeast cells. See, the nucleus has been divided. Now we can see the new cell that have arise from the parent cell, right? This is one yeast cell and this is the next one. All right, so reproduction has been taken place in the yeast through budding. Next one is spore formation. It is in rhizopus. See, there are many small structures. What is this? It is a spore. When this diagram is enlarged, it is seen, or it appears something like this. See, there are many spores. By seeing the favorable conditions outside the environment, these spores just burst out from this layer. These spores just burst out, and wherever these spores fall, there new organism develops, thus reproduction happens. Alright, now let us see the respiration in fungi. Molds are aerobic while yeasts are both aerobic and anaerobic. We are listening this term aerobic and anaerobic from the starting of this chapter. What do you mean by aerobic and anaerobic? Aerobic means the aerobic, but if we say it clearly, see, aerobic respiration. What do you mean by aerobic respiration? That is the respiration that is taken place in the presence of oxygen. It is known as aerobic respiration, and the respiration which is taken place in the absence of air or oxygen, it is known as anaerobic respiration. Now you have understood, I think. Okay, during an aerobic respiration, yeast produce alcohol and CO2. This property is used for fermentation of molasses to make wine and fermentation of flour to make bread. This property, this aerobic respiration, during aerobic respiration, yeast produce alcohol. No, this property is used for fermentation of molasses. It is a special type of juice, sweet juice. It is made from sugarcane's pulp. No, molasses to make wine and fermentation of flour to make bread. Now let us see how to make bread, how bread is made. Let us see. A little of yeast together with some sugar and warm water is mixed well with fine flour. The dough begins to rise, which is seen within a while. The presence of sugar and the warmth stipulate rapid growth of the yeast cells. The presence of sugar and the warmth stimulate rapid growth of yeast cell. During their reproduction and respiration, yeast cells produce carbon dioxide. Bubbles of CO2, that is carbon dioxide, fill the dough and make it rise. When baked into a loaf, the bread becomes spongy. Thus, the action of yeast helps the bread become soft and fluffy. Okay, now you have you have heard the reason why the breads are so soft and fluffy, because of the action of yeast. Okay, for making idli and dosa, the wet mixture of ground rice and dal is first allowed to stand for a few hours. This mixture rises and after some time starts becoming sour. It is the growth of yeast cells that causes the mixture to rise and become sour. Here the yeast comes from the air. Firstly, we have seen from the bread, we are adding this yeast. Okay, in the process of making bread we add yeast, but in the process of making idli and dosa, the yeast comes from the air. Alright, so now let us move ahead. Let us see some useful actions of fungi. First one, bread and cakes from wheat flour. Fungi is responsible to make bread and cakes from wheat flour. How? See, we have studied yeast is responsible. So yeast is a fungi. So unfortunately, fungi helps in manufacturing of bread and cakes. Second, wines and beers from fruit juice or barley. Wines and beers are prepared from the fruit juice or barley. Idli and dosa from a mixture of powdered rice and dal. Processed cheese also obtained from this fungi. Okay, means obtained from the action of fungi, not from fungi. Some fungi such as mushrooms are directly used as food products. Some very important medicines such as penicillin are made from fungi. Do you know from which fungi penicillin is obtained? The fungi's name is Penicillium. From Penicillium we get penicillin. Okay, where there is good, there is bad also, right? Okay, we have heard about that proverb. Where there is good, there is bad also. See, where there is useful actions performed, there harmful actions too occur. So let us see the harmful actions of fungi. Molds spoil food, damage potato and crop plants. Molds spoil food, damage potato and crop plants. They also cause rotting of clothes, shoes and wooden materials. Some fungi cause disease like athlete's foot and ringworm. Alright. So we have completed the first topic of this video, that is fungi. Now we are moving on to the second topic, that is algae. A greenish layer is seen on the surface or side of stagnant waters. This layer contains algae. Most of the algae are multicellular and large enough to be seen with the naked eyes. Still, many algae are microscopic, therefore they are included in the microbial world. Okay, since microbes cannot be seen through naked eye, okay, though we have seen that algae can be seen through naked eye, but there are some algae which are microscopic. Therefore, this factor enables to include algae in the category of microorganisms. Alright, the sizes of algae range from microscopic unicellular forms to large seaweeds measuring several meters. The single-celled algae can be spherical, rod-like, club or spindle-shaped, while multicellular algae have more complex structures. Some algae form colonies consisting of identical cells that cling together after division. Other colonies may consist of several kinds of cells each specializing in a particular function. Some algae can even move through the water with the help of flagella. Many algae possess pigments red, brown, or green. The Red Sea got its name because of the abundant red algae on its surface. See, you have came across a new fact. How Red Sea got its name? Because of the abundant red algae on its surface. Okay, now let us see the nutrition in algae. Algae are plant-like organisms and contain chlorophyll. They make their own food by photosynthesis and tend to grow on wet surfaces. Okay, I think you have understood till this portion. Now let us see the reproduction in algae. We have seen the reproduction in fungi. What were they? Binary fission, budding, spore formation, regeneration from fragments, and so on. No? Now let us see reproduction in algae. Reproduction in algae takes place mostly by fragmentation. Algae also reproduce asexually through spore formation. During sexual reproduction, gametes are produced. See here, it is a picture of Chlamydomonas. It is an algae. Spore formation takes place in this Chlamydomonas. Okay. See, this is the vegetative cell of Chlamydomonas. This one. Okay. Then some spores develop inside Chlamydomonas, and by getting favorable conditions outside the environment, they just burst out and reproduce. Alright, now let us see some useful actions of algae. Algae produce organic matter through photosynthesis, which in turn provides food to aquatic animals. Algae cell extracts are used in many commercial products. Agar and alginic acid are used in the preparation of medicines, food and cosmetics, as well as in paper manufacture, fabric printing and paint thickening products. Kelp, which is a brown algae, is a rich source of iodine and potassium. The cell walls of diatom, it is an algae, are a natural source of fine silica. Large deposits of diatom shells are therefore used in making filters, special kind of glasses and porcelain. Porcelain is a type of vase. Okay, beautiful vase. Many seaweeds are used as food in China and Japan. See, seaweeds, algae, seaweeds are used as food in China and Japan. They use these algae as their food also. So it is a useful action performed by algae. Some algae are increasingly being used as a source of food for human consumption. An antibiotic, that is chlorelin, is obtained from the algae chlorella. Likewise, we studied in the case of fungi, it produces an antibiotic. What is that? Penicillin from Penicillium. Likewise, in algae, chlorella produce chlorelin. Alright, then blue-green algae like nostoc are able to fix nitrogen in the form of nitrates, and thus increases the fertility of the soil. This algae nostoc also plays an important role in nitrogen fixation. I think you have learned or you have understood nitrogen fixation, which I told you in the first chapter, right? Okay. Now let us study some harmful actions performed by algae. Algae affected water may not be suitable for drinking, recreation or agricultural use. Then contact with affected water can cause skin irritation, means skin disease, mild respiratory effects and hay fever like symptoms. Alright, so we have completed two topics of this video, that are fungi and algae. Now the last topic is protozoa. Are you ready to learn protozoa? Okay, are you getting bored? I am sure you are good students, so you are not getting bored. If you are getting bored, then you can just stop this video, rest for some time, then you can watch again, because this is a very complex chapter. You have to go through each lines. Okay, so let us continue. The word protozoan, that is singular, protozoan is the singular and protozoa is the plural. The word protozoan means the first animal. Protozoa are animal-like, just as algae are plant-like. Algae are plant-like. Likewise, protozoa are animal-like. Protozoa do not possess a cell wall. Their sizes range from 2 to 200 microns. They can have a very simple or highly complex forms. An amoeba does not possess a definite form and can change its shape. Amoeba does not have any particular shape, it just changes its shape every now and then. On the other hand, Paramecium is slipper shaped and possesses a mouth, cilia and other structures. Most of the protozoa are microscopic, but a few, like Paramecium, are visible to the naked eye. Okay, protozoa are found in moist habitats. Protozoa are found in moist habitats, that are sea, soil, fresh water. Free living protozoa are found in polar regions and on high mountains. An amoeba is the simplest and most common of all protozoa. It is a 1 mark question for you. Which is the simplest and most common of all protozoa? It is amoeba. Alright, now we will see locomotion in protozoa. Locomotion in protozoa. Protozoa moves through pseudopodia, cilia or flagella. Amoeba moves with the help of pseudopodia and water. Paramecium swims with the help of cilia covering over its body. And Trypanosoma moves with the help of flagellum. See, firstly we talked that protozoa move through these many parts: pseudopodia, cilia and flagella. Pseudopodia is used by amoeba, cilia is used by Paramecium and flagella is used by Trypanosoma. Next, let us study the nutrition in protozoa. Protozoa have different modes of nutrition. Euglena possess chlorophyll and can manufacture its own food. Rest of the protozoa either depend on other living organisms or depend on dead organisms. Respiration and excretion in protozoa are through general surface of the cell. Alright, respiration and excretion in protozoa are through general surface of the cell. It means there is a common part from both of this. Okay, now let us see reproduction in protozoa. How do protozoa reproduce? As we saw in fungi, they reproduce through binary fission, budding, spore formation, regeneration from fragments. And in algae, we studied that algae reproduce through spore formation and fragmentation. And here in protozoa, they reproduce through binary fission. See, during favorable conditions, protozoa multiply by binary fission. During unfavorable conditions, cyst is formed. When there is unfavorable condition for the protozoa, then they form a cyst, means a hard outer covering. Parasitic forms like entamoeba infect through cysts. Okay, they just infect through cysts. Sexual reproduction is rare and noticed in Paramecium, Plasmodium, etc. There a question may be asked that give the examples of any two protozoans which undergoes sexual reproduction. They are Paramecium and Plasmodium. See, here is a picture of a protozoa. What is this? It is Paramecium. You can locate these many parts. You must be familiar with these parts. Okay, this is a very important topic from the examination point of view. Okay, let's move ahead. See, Amoeba is a protozoan, and binary fission. How binary fission or how amoeba reproduces? See, first it is the nucleus of amoeba. Okay, then gradually this nucleus elongates and splits. See here, the nucleus gets splits, and the amoeba also forms a new structure. I told you amoeba do not have any shape, thus it takes its own shape. Okay, the shape which it like. Then gradually this two amoeba is separated. They both are called daughter amoeba. Okay. See, firstly an amoeba was there, nucleus was splitted, two daughter cells formed. See, encystment and multiple fission in amoeba. I told you cyst, right? See, it's the protective cyst wall. It is a hard covering over the amoeba structure. This is amoeba. Gradually, several nucleus formed inside this layer. See, this is cyst, and this one are the daughter nuclei. There are many nucleus. After getting some favorable conditions, these nuclei just burst out from the cyst wall. They just burst out the wall and comes out. See, now a young amoeba has been formed. Alright, in both the cases amoeba is reproduced, but in the first case there are only two amoeba formed, but in this case there are several amoebas reproduced. Okay, now let us see the useful actions of protozoa. First one, treatment of waste and sewage. It is very useful in treatment of waste and sewage. Protozoa feed on fungi and bacteria which decompose organic matter. Thus, they constitute an important step in the final degradation of waste. Second, link in the food chain. It acts as a link in the food chain. Some free-living protozoa like zooplankton are the primary consumers in an aquatic food chain. Food chain means a chain of different animals which depend on each other for their food. Okay, the aquatic food chain. In the aquatic food chain, protozoa is a part. It is the primary consumer. Okay, they feed on algae and are in turn eaten by bigger animals. Okay, then sample of living forms. Protozoa are used as research material to study the various biological functions such as cell division and reproduction. It is used as a sample of living forms. Then symbiotic existence. I told you earlier about symbiosis. It is an association of two organisms which mutually supports each other, right? Some protozoa live in symbiosis with other organisms and help them use a habitat which they cannot otherwise do on their own. Okay, if it is not a favorable environment for protozoa, then it just do a symbiotic relation with another organism. I told you earlier about symbiotic relation. It is a relation, or it is a relation between two organisms in which both the organisms are interdependent on each other. They both share, they both do a mutual sharing of their profit. Okay, for example, it is a protozoan living in the body of termites and that digests wood cellulose, converting it to soluble carbohydrates. Termites can then use this carbohydrate for their own growth. Okay, I think you have understood the example also. Now let us read about the harmful actions of protozoa. Many protozoa are parasitic. They are mostly parasitic. They live in the body of humans and other animals and cause diseases. For example, entamoeba and giardia cause dysentery. These two protozoa cause dysentery. Plasmodium causes malaria and trypanosoma causes sleeping sickness. Alright, okay, now we have completed this chapter. So I am going to wind up this video here. We will meet again in the next video with the next chapter. Okay, till that, stay home, stay safe, and take care of yourself. Bye.